A review reply can sound perfect and still create a business problem. That is the trap with AI review replies. The dangerous part is not the grammar. The dangerous part is what nobody checks before the reply goes public. Did it answer the actual complaint? Did it sound human, or did it sound like a template wearing a smile? Did it promise a refund, a medical outcome, a legal position, a guaranteed fix, or anything the owner never approved? Did a serious complaint get routed to a human, or did it get posted because the draft looked clean? This is why small businesses do not need review reply autopilot first. They need a safety gate. AI can write the draft. The system has to decide what is safe to publish. The mistake is treating AI like a publish button. That makes every review look like a writing task, when it is really an operations task. A 1-star complaint might reveal a billing handoff issue. A 3-star review might hide a repeated late appointment problem. A frustrated customer might use words that require a human call before any public answer goes live. If the workflow only says, generate a polite response, it misses the receipt. The safer frame is different. The review arrives, AI drafts a response, then the draft passes through gates before it becomes public. Those gates are issue match, tone fit, promise safety, owner route, and pattern log. Each gate catches a different kind of mistake. Together, they turn AI from autopilot into a controlled drafting assistant. Gate 1 is issue match. Before the reply goes public, highlight the customer's actual complaint and compare the draft against it. If the review says the appointment started late, a generic apology about customer experience is not enough. If the review says the invoice was confusing, a cheerful thank you reply is amiss. The reply has to acknowledge the actual issue, not just sound polite around it. A useful AI workflow should pull out the complaint in plain language. Late appointment, unclear bill, rude handoff, missed callback, bad expectation, broken process. Then the draft has to answer that issue directly. The test is simple. What happened? What did the customer actually say? Did the reply mention that specific thing? If not, it fails the first gate and goes back for a rewrite before anybody posts it. Gate 2 is tone fit. This is where a lot of AI replies look fine at first glance and still feel wrong. They are too warm for a serious complaint, too defensive for a simple misunderstanding, or too generic for someone who took time to write a detailed review. The standard is not fancy writing. The standard is calm, specific, and human. A good reply should sound like the business understood the complaint and is taking it seriously. It should not argue. It should not over-explain. It should not bury the customer under corporate language. This gate is not about making every response emotional. It is about matching the temperature. A routine compliment can be short and grateful. A detailed complaint needs specific acknowledgement. A high-risk complaint needs less public detail and a clear route to the right human. Gate 3 is promise safety. This is the gate that keeps the workflow from becoming risky. AI should not casually promise refunds. It should not guarantee service outcomes. It should not make medical, legal, financial, or safety claims. It should not say, this will never happen again, unless a real operational change makes that true. And it should not admit fault in a way the owner did not approve. That does not mean the reply has to sound cold. It means the workflow needs safe language. A safer draft can acknowledge the concern, invite the customer into the right support channel, and route the issue internally without inventing a promise. The question for this gate is blunt. Would the owner be comfortable standing behind every sentence if a customer, regulator, attorney, or employee read it later? If the answer is no, the draft needs owner review or safer wording. Gate 4 is owner route. Not every review should be auto-posted, even if the draft passes the first 3 checks. Some reviews need a human before anything goes public. Safety complaints, legal or medical language, refund disputes, repeat operational failures, angry high-value customers, payment issues, or anything that could turn to a bigger issue if the business answers casually. The automation should not hide those. It should flag them. The route is simple. Low-risk review, draft, check approve. Medium risk review. Owner checks before posting. High risk review. Do not publish yet. Handle the situation directly first. This is where the system earns trust. The goal is not to remove the owner from judgment calls. The goal is to make sure judgment calls do not sit unnoticed in a review inbox while a polite draft makes the problem look solved. Gate 5 is pattern log. This is the part most businesses miss. The reply is not the whole receipt. If 3 people mention slow callbacks, the problem is not the reply. The problem is the callback system. If multiple reviews mention confusing invoices, the problem is not the apology. The problem is the billing handoff. If several customers mention late appointments, the answer is not a more polished response. The answer is a scheduling fix. So after the reply is approved, the workflow should log the pattern, complaint type, severity, location, or team if relevant, and whether this is a repeat issue. Once a week, the owner should be able to see what customers keep saying without digging through every review manually. That is where review response becomes operational intelligence instead of reputation theater. That is the system. Review arrives, i.e. drafts a reply. The draft passes through issue match, tone fit, promise safety, owner route, and pattern log. Only then should it go public. You do not need a complicated software stack to understand the operating pattern. You need a scorecard that forces the draft to answer the real issue, match the tone, avoid unsafe promises, route serious cases, and log repeated problems. AI is useful here, but the useful version is not autopilot. The useful version is a disciplined filter that helps the owner respond faster without losing judgment. If you already use AI for reviews, the question is not whether the replies sound good. The question is which gate catches the risk before your customers see it. If you want the 5-gate checklist version, comment gate. And if you're already using AI for reviews, look at the last few replies your business posted. Not to judge the writing, to find the missing control. Did the reply match the issue? Did the tone fit the situation? Did it avoid unsafe promises? Did a serious complaint route to a human? Did the complaint update a pattern log? That is the automation receipt. The draft is not the system. The gate is the system.